Hi, in this video, we'll talk about multi-catch block in Java. So what do you mean by multi-catch block in Java? So until Java 1.6, multiple exceptions having same handling code, though we have to write a separate catch block for every exception. So you have a try block. Inside the try block, you have risky code. There might be any chance that there might be an exception may raise. So to handle that, we need to write multiple catch blocks that for arithmetic exception, one catch block, IO exception, another catch block, number format exception, another catch block. But the implementation, the handling code is same. Even then also, we need to write multiple catch blocks for each and every exception. So that is for until Java 1.6. It decreases the readability of the code as we need to write more code, need to implement separate catch blocks. Right, that is what we did. So how it will be? So try, so risky code. Okay, so if, one second. So risky code inside the try block. So there might be a chance of arithmetic exception may raise. So then it will handle by this catch block. So if it is null pointer exception, so this catch block will handle. So class cast exception, so then this one. If it is IO exception, this one. So we don't know what kind of exception we may get. So because of that, we need to implement separate catch blocks. And inside this, you just observe, I am printing e.print stack trace. Here also e.print stack trace. For arithmetic exception, for null pointer exception, I am printing just a stack trace. Okay, I'm printing just stack trace. So it will print by default whatever we got, it will print that information. Right, we are not doing anything manually. Here, for the class cast exception and IO exception, we are just printing e.get message. So in both the exceptions, we are just printing the message. But the implementation is same code here also, and here also the same code. All right. So this is what, even then also, here also same code. Even then also we need to write multiple catch blocks. Right. So that is until 1.6 Java version. Now to simplify this, Java introduced a new concept called multi-catch block in Java 1.7 version. So the main advantage of multi-catch block is we can write a single catch block which can handle multiple different exceptions which are providing same kind of handling code. Right, same type of handling code, then why to write multiple catch blocks? That is handled here. So how the syntax will be? So try as it is risky code, but if this is common, if this code is common, handling code is common, then arithmetic exception or null pointer exception. Right, arithmetic exception or null pointer exception. So you can mention this or pipe symbol. Then we clubbed 2 into 1, 2 catch blocks into 1. It might be 3 catch blocks, 4 catch blocks, whatever it is. But if you are throwing the same message, same handling code, if this class cast exception, IO exception also means printing the e.print stack trace, you can move these two also here by putting pipe symbol. Okay, but this is different, just for the sake of example. So these both are printing just e.get message. So here we are using pipe symbol and maintaining only one catch block for these two exceptions. Okay, so there is no rule that only 2 will be there, multiple if the handling code is same. Okay, so this is the advantage when you use this multi catch block in from 1.7. Okay, so now the important point is in multi catch block, there should not be any relation between exception types, either child or parent to child or same type. Otherwise, we will get compile time error. So what it is saying is, so I'm using arithmetic exception or I'm mentioning exception. So arithmetic exception is child of exception, right? So if you mention like this, exception will handle this arithmetic also. Then why to mention arithmetic exception explicitly? So this is not possible. You let compile time error. Okay. So order might be different. Here IO exception, here arithmetic exception, whatever it is. So these should not be of any relation means here we have child parent relationship. Exception is parent of arithmetic. Even exception will handle the arithmetic exception. Then why to mention arithmetic exception explicitly, right? This combination will not work. The same way, IY exception, IY exception. So it's become duplicate. This is also not possible. So one time is enough. Okay. So this is important point we need to remember. So let me clear this. So let me go to Visual Studio Code and we'll see. I have created one of the classes called multi-catch block example. Here I have written in the try block. So system.out.println 5/0 and I have taken one null string and I'm trying to print here str.null. Here I'll get what? Arithmetic exception. Here I'll get null pointer exception as the string is null. Okay. So in this case, if I try to execute this, so first it will come here, you will get the exception. So it will search for the respective arithmetic exception catch block. You see that here. Okay. So in that case, so it will handle from this catch block. Okay. So let me execute this. So let me take this Java C. I'll compile first. See nothing. I'll execute. You see that it is printing system.out.println E division by 0 arithmetic exception. It is printing. So this catch block is handling. Okay. So now I'll comment this. This time it will come what? Null pointer exception. It will search for the any catch block, respective catch block. So let me compile this. Let me run this. You see that null pointer exception, it is printing. Okay. So, but here we are writing two catch blocks, but the implementation is same. I'm just printing the E. So instead of like this, we can club. Okay. Using the pipe symbol or multi catch block here, and I'll remove this. Okay. And I'll put it back. We'll try to, the moment when it comes, it will find the arithmetic exception. So here we are handling, so it will print. So let me compile this again. So compile, execute. You see that same division by 0. The reason is it came here in the catch. So it is able to handle because we are using arithmetic exception. Okay. So if I comment this, if I try to compile now, so compile, if I try to execute now, you see that same information, null pointer exception. So then no need to write two separate catch blocks. One catch block with this R symbol, pipe symbol is enough. So the moment it comes, whether anything is matching with this exception, so it will take care of that. So we decreased our code and readability improved. Okay. So this is how you can use. And we are talking about something, relation should not be there. I'll say exception here. Okay. Exception, and I'll remove this. So automatically arithmetic exception, it will try here. So, but here exception, arithmetic exception, both will handle this one. So why two? Right. So let me compile this. You see that alternative in a multi-catch statement cannot be related by subclassing. So arithmetic exception is a subclass of alternative exceptions, clearly mentioning that. So no need to do this one. And if you take the duplicate, okay, if you take the duplicate, even then also it will say the same thing. You see that arithmetic is a subclass of alternative arithmetic exception. So there should not be any relation. It should not be same, or there should not be any parent-child relationship. So because it should be null pointer exception only. Okay. This is how you can manage multi-catch block. Okay. So what could be the possible interview questions from here? So what is multi-catch block in Java? What is the advantage of multi-catch block in Java? Okay. So that's all in this video. Thank you.